Okay, now, when it comes to social media, and especially with women, and you posting pictures online, on Instagram, for example, or maybe videos on Snapchat, there's a difference for some when they see you in real life versus what you post online. What's the response you get when people actually see you in real life?
The response I get when they see me in real life is even more amazing because through social media, you can only see a still picture or a video, and they can't really gauge how you are as a real person. So when I meet people in person, it's just such a better experience, and they are even more humbled and warmed by my personality and how nice I am and how humble I am and how caring I am for each individual. That's why I love traveling for my classes and actually meeting these people that have followed me for years. So that way I feel like I already know them and they feel like they know me. So when I see them in person, it's just even, a more amazing experience for the both of us.
Now, what's your opinion? Well, let me ask you this before I ask your opinion on this. What do people say when they actually see you in person? Do they think you look taller, shorter, thicker, thinner?
Well, first of all, people don't think I weigh what I weigh. When I'm fit mode and everything, via Instagram, they think that I look taller and they think I weigh less, which I'm actually 5'4", and at my fittest with good healthy weight and muscle, I'm about 145. So they think I'm taller and they think I weigh about 125. So they're very surprised when they meet me and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, you weigh 145. It doesn't look like it. And I'm like, that's what, building muscle and burning fat does. You tighten up, but you're solid. So I always tell people not to worry about the scale. And then they also say, Instagram or social media does you no justice, and you're such a sweetheart and all that stuff. So it's a positive response that I get.
Now, I want to finish the question I was going to ask you after that. What's your opinion of social media these days, in general speaking?
I really think that as far as business is concerned, it's been a great avenue for marketing, especially when you have something that you are trying to sell and get across to people all over the world. So that's definitely a plus. It was never like this. I mean, back 5-6 years ago, I had business cards and I was passing business cards everywhere. I was leaving posters everywhere to promote my business and my training. And now I think that social media has grown so much that it's a plus when it comes to that. But also there's a downside to it when you get those Instagram trolls, and social media can be really evil. I mean, people are committing suicide over social media bullies, and that's the part that I don't like, because you have all these people on the side of a computer or phone that don't know you personally, that judge you from what they may have seen in the past, heard, or a picture you may post, and they say the most evil, cruel things, even to children, even to people that have disabilities and things like that. I mean, some of the things that I read on social media, it amazes me how evil and cruel the world really can be.
How do you deal with negative or hateful comments yourself?
It used to bother me a lot in the past. Like when I first got social media, the first 2 years it was really hard because, I've dealt with a lot of insecurities in my past. And when social media came about and there'd be negative comments, I'm like, how does this person not like me? I would get so offended. Like, you don't even know me. How could you say such mean things to me or about me and things like that? Tons of fake pages have been created just about me, pictures of me, just hate. And I'm just like, I just don't get it. And it used to bother me. I used to respond to stuff. I used to report pages, block people. Now, as I've grown and I've become wiser and closer to God and things like that, I don't let it bother me like it used to. And I don't block anymore because I want the same people to see my blessings. And I just try to keep it moving. Every once in a while, if I'm bored or upset about something else going on or just frustrated, I might see a negative comment and respond back like, LOL, that's funny. I hope that made you feel better, stuff like that. So it entertains me sometimes when I'm bored.
Delete comments? Ever turn them off?
No, I've never deleted the comments, and I don't turn my commenting off. I saw that feature recently and I'm like, oh, cool. So if I post something and I don't want people to comment, I could just turn this on. So I think that's a great feature from Instagram, but I haven't used it yet.
Now, what about death threats? Has it ever gotten that bad on social media for you?
No, I mean, I tell them to meet me outside. I'm like, I bet
you
you
have
won't
done
say it
that.
to
I've
my
seen you
face.
say that in your
Yes.
captions before.
You meet me outside.
Now, what about stalkers? Has anybody ever crossed that imaginary line between internet and real life?
Yeah, definitely, male and female. And it was a very scary situation, and both of them actually lived in Atlanta, which is crazy. And you know, it's just weird when somebody takes your kindness for, oh my gosh, like I have a chance, you know, I have a chance with her, or, you know, popping up where they know you frequent, trying to gift you stuff all the time. Like I had that. It was pretty crazy, and it lasted a long time. And then with a female where she was just, whoa, super obsessed with just hating on me. And I mean, she was creating pages to comment on all my pages, going on my husband's page, you know, messaging other people. I'm just like, who has this much time on their hands to do this to one person? Creating posts of me on her page so she can throw me under the bus to her followers and get attention from it, you know? So yeah, those two, but never death threat.
Now, okay, when it comes to social media, I've seen some celebrities recently do some things. Justin Bieber was getting a lot of negative attention, negative flack for a relationship he was in, and he ended up terminating his Instagram, deleting his profile.
Right.
And Meek Mill recently has been deactivating his social media account on Instagram, reactivating, deactivating, reactivating. Have you ever got to the point where you deactivated an account or deleted a social media profile?
No, I've gotten to a point where I thought about just throwing away Get Bodied by Jay. Like I've gotten really close, and it's happened about 2 or 3 times where I'm just like, I am so done with this. Where the negative energy got that bad where I just wanted to be done with it. So instead of deleting it, because that's a mainstream of, you know, how I put my business out there and how I get online clients, I'm like, okay, that's not a smart thing to do, but I might just take a break from it and not post for a couple days, just to take a break, just to kind of, it's almost like you have to detox yourself from technology and social media, because it can just really like take over your life, and that's the last thing that I want it to do.
Your fitness profile has a large following compared to you. You also have a personal profile.
Yes, I do.
But never a detox or none of that feeling with your personal?
No, with that one, I slowly allow people to come in over the years. That's why it's not as large as the following, because the page is private. And it's mostly my family, my husband, you know, my kids, my close friends, things like that. And with the negative energy that was going on with Get Bodied by Jay page, I didn't want that to trickle off into that page. And it hasn't, thank God. I think I've had like one negative comment with the 55,000 followers that I have there. So with that page, I feel like people actually respect it more not to be negative, because it's family. It shows who I am in a sense on a different side. I don't post anything fitness related on that page. So I post memes and, you know, a bunch of family stuff.
I see. I would think that having a private page would make more people want to try and because they want to see what it is and what you're posting.
Right.
I would think that would make people the opposite.
Yeah,
you said
it's
less
weird.
people on it, but I would think it would make more people come want
Right.
to see what you got going on.
And I don't tag it a whole lot. Lately, I've been tagging it on pictures that I post on Get Bodied by Jay, because I try to keep Get Bodied by Jay fitness related, but I've noticed that when I post regular pictures of me in regular clothes, I mean, those pictures get the most likes. Those videos of me in regular attire and doing regular stuff get the most views. I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of confused, because this is a fitness page, but y'all really want to see me and what I'm doing and what I'm wearing and where I'm going. So I kind of give them a little bit, I sprinkle a little bit of personal stuff on my fitness page, and then sometimes I say, well, my personal page is this, because I don't like posting my kids every day on my business page, because I just don't want to put them out there and expose them like that. So I post them more on my personal page, and I keep that kind of separate.
Go ahead.
So that's what I do, and a lot of women, majority of the people that follow me is women. I mean, everybody, like every single person that requests me is a woman. It's like out of 30 women requests, I have like 2 guys. So yeah, it's crazy, because you would think it'd be the opposite as well. Even, you know, being married or single, it was always been like that. My following is more women than men.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is.
Now, okay, when you have this profile page on private, are you investigating and researching who you're about to accept, or?
I used to, but it gets really hard when you have 9+ followers for like 3 pages long and you're just scrolling and it's like, whoa, there's like 300 people here. So if there's no default picture, I'll click on that just to see what the page looks like. If there's like 0 followers, 0 posts, 0 everything, or like very little, I won't approve them because I just feel like that's a fake page. But for the most part, if there's a picture and the page looks legit, I'm approving everybody. Because it's really hard to know who knows who and why they're there. Like, anybody could create a fake page, to throw some puppies on there, have a pretty girl on the thing, and then create some following, and then boom, it's a fake page, but it looks real. And I don't really have time to be like sifting through all of that.
So you are vetting it a little bit, though.
A little bit with the 0 posts and, you know, no profile picture.
Are you on Snapchat?
I am.
Screen name same as
everything
your
is
personal
the same.
or the fitness? Or?
My everything social media wise, besides my personal page, is Get Bodied by Jay. So it's YouTube, Snapchat, Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, and then I have a foodies page as well on Instagram, which is Get Bodied by Jay Foodies.
How often do you post on Snap?
When Instagram came out with Insta Story, I started taking advantage of that. So then posting less on Snap, but then sometimes I post more on Snap than I do on Insta Story. So it just, I guess, kind of depends on what I'm doing and how I'm feeling, if I want to use a filter or not, because, you know, the Snapchat has some amazing fun filters. You know, me and my kids love using them, and so it's kind of like a balance right now between the Insta Story and Snapchat.
Do you post the same content on both? Like, for instance, do you download whatever it is? Like, let's say you post on Snap. Do you download it and then upload that same roll on your Instagram stories, or is it different content whenever you do post? Okay.
Yeah, it's different. I try to keep it different because I want people to, well, I'm following Snap for this reason, and I'm following her here for this reason. You know what I mean? Because some people don't have Snapchat, so they're going to be on Instagram stories and things like that, and some people don't have Instagram. I mean, I don't know who doesn't, but they'll follow Snapchat. But I have noticed since Instagram came out with the Insta Stories that Snapchat views have gone down because people are using Instagram Story much more. So I used to get like 25,000 views on Snapchat per post, video, or picture. Now I'm like barely hitting 15,000, where my Instagram stories are like 25, 30,000 because more people are using that now. So.
Now, what about Instagram Live? Do you ever jump on live?
Yeah, it's fun. We do sometimes, and it's not like consistent or like a schedule that I stick to. It might be like once a week. I have to feel like it. You know, I have to feel like sitting there and answering questions because you can't really be doing anything else if you're going to go on live. You can't be driving. You can't be, you know, unless you just put your phone up and let them just kind of see reality. So I do that sometimes at home. When I go to the gym, I have that goat case that I put on the mirror and I just let them watch me work out. I might do one whole set of like 5 exercises for them live and then take it down and be like, okay guys, see you later, stuff like that.
What's the most unique location you've Instagram Live from? Anything crazy?
No.
Nothing crazy.
Personal, my home. Other than that, it's the gym and in my car.
Now, okay, Instagram Live is very similar to what Periscope does. Instagram Stories is very similar to what Snapchat does. Obviously, with all these with all these social media changes, do you think Twitter can still survive?
I kind of don't. I'm not gonna say kinda. I don't even tweet. It's been years since I actually consistently tweeted. I add everything from Instagram to my Twitter, so I'm not a tweeter. I don't go on there and be like, hey guys, how's the weather? Hey guys, I just got to the mall. Hey guys, check these out. I have never been a tweeter. So I feel like with Snapchat, I feel like that's actually going to fade off pretty soon, eventually. Right now, between Facebook and Instagram, they're like top runners. Periscope, I tried that, but I didn't last long. I wasn't consistent, and it's a little different. And like you said, Periscope is like live. I feel like live is better than Periscope. So.
But you do have do you have an official Twitter? You just don't use it?
I do. It's Get Bodied by Jay.
Okay.
I use it. There's stuff there, but it's like so random. Like I might tweet once every 2 weeks, but I do post on there from Instagram. So people that are following me on Twitter still see like, oh, she's having an event in New York, or she has an online program, because I'm adding everything there.